Be truthful with yourself. How many times have you spoken these words? I'll handle it tomorrow. We've all uttered them. But what happens if tomorrow fails to arrive? What if postponement transforms into permanent avoidance? Today's narrative will reveal the concealed threat of justifications and how they quietly devastate lives. In a bustling neighborhood in London, there lived a man named Youseuf Hassan. Youseuf was 28 years old, intelligent, charismatic, and brimming with ambitious visions. He regularly declared to those around him, "Someday I'll launch my own business. Someday I'll transform my health. Someday I'll finally reshape my entire existence." But there existed one fundamental problem: that someday remained perpetually out of reach. When a colleague invited him to explore a promising opportunity, Youseuf responded, "That's interesting. Let me consider it tomorrow." When he caught his reflection and contemplated fitness, he murmured, "I'll begin next week." When his supervisor presented additional professional development, he grinned and replied, "Perhaps another time." Days melted into weeks. Weeks dissolved into months, and months silently accumulated into 5 lengthy years. One evening, Youseuf encountered his former classmate, Omar, at a coffee shop. Omar appeared assured, accomplished, and content. Youseuf questioned, "Man, how did you achieve this? You're operating your own enterprise now." Omar smiled warmly and answered, "It's straightforward. I simply quit hesitating. I began even when conditions weren't ideal." Youseuf laughed uncomfortably. "Right, I'll get started soon as well." But internally, he experienced a piercing ache because he'd been repeating those identical words for years. As time progressed, Youseuf observed something troubling. His peers were advancing while he remained motionless. One friend established a family and purchased property. Another explored distant countries. Omar grew his company substantially. And Youseuf? He remained in the identical position, still discussing someday. At night, he rested in darkness, gazing upward, questioning, "Why haven't I moved forward? Why can't I evolve?" The answer was straightforward. Justifications had imprisoned him. Then one morning, Youseuf received devastating information. His mentor, a man who had consistently proclaimed, "I'll pursue it tomorrow," had died unexpectedly at merely 54. Youseuf attended the memorial service. He overheard conversations. He possessed countless ambitions. He intended to establish something meaningful, but never followed through. He continually awaited the perfect conditions. Standing there, Youseuf felt something shatter within him. He recognized his mentor's narrative was becoming his own. If he didn't transform immediately, he would conclude similarly, filled with aspirations but absent any accomplishments. That evening, Youseuf remained in his apartment. For the first time, he confronted reality directly. "It's not circumstances. It's not fortune. It's me. My justifications are destroying me." Emotion welled in his eyes. He seized a journal and inscribed in bold characters, "No more justifications. I begin today." The following morning, he rose before dawn. Rather than declaring, "I'll handle it tomorrow," he took one modest action. He registered for an entrepreneurship program. He initiated exercise, even if merely for 15 minutes. He ceased anticipating the flawless opportunity. 2 years later, Youseuf had transformed completely. He wasn't flawless, but he had evolved. He established his own modest enterprise. He achieved better health. And critically, he possessed genuine pride in himself. When people inquired about his transformation, Youseuf smiled and stated, "Quit postponing. Quit declaring tomorrow. Simply begin today. That's the entire formula." My friend, justifications provide comfort, but they represent the most treacherous snare. Justifications rob your aspirations. Justifications steal your moments. Justifications consume your existence. There exists no perfect tomorrow. There exists only today. So don't hesitate. Don't declare later. Take initiative now, because the future rewards those who commence, not those who postpone. And if this narrative resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to The Wisdom Tales for more transformative stories delivered in clear, accessible language. Your transformation doesn't commence tomorrow. It commences at this precise moment.